What's good? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. We in the building. And I seen some interviews from Vilified Media, Fight Hype. Shout out to all of them. You know, I rock with Vilified Media, tough. One-man army right there. Y'all go subscribe to him. But, you know, Mikey, said, he's close to being a pay-per-view star, and Terence Crawford seems to be the pinnacle fight, the pinnacle pay-per-view fight to really take him over the top. And speak on it. I think they sparred and they fought in the amateurs and Terence beat him. I remember Mikey Garcia telling the story about how, Crawford outboxed him in sparring, like 12 rounds out of 12 rounds. And, he referred him to Cameron Duncan, and that's how, Crawford got over to top rank. I believe that's the story that I heard. And they had a relationship. And now that it seems that they in the same neck of the woods, it seems that Mikey Garcia is very, very confident in, beating Terence Crawford for some reason. Robert, his brother, said, all Terence Crawford did was run. So, I'm just tired of hearing that from professional boxers and an ex-boxer like him and a great trainer like Robert Garcia. Don't say a guy ran. I mean, then ain't something wrong with you. It is a ring in there. You feel me? It really is. I mean, you can cut the ring off too. So when I hear stuff like that, it just made me skeptical. So what makes you think it's going to be different this time, You guys going to learn how to cut the ring off? Because Broner had some success moving on Mikey as well. And, he said after this fight with Lipinets, which a lot of people seeming to be making it to be a layup, which is not. And I seen 7A Sports compare Lipinets to Ruslan Provodnikov as far as being defensive, not having a defensive prowess. And I don't compare him to Provodnikov at all. He's a sniper. He don't. It's difficult to fill out Lipinets' style. He ain't no pressure fighter, but he'll walk you into some shots. He'll fight behind the shoulder. And I think he can beat Mikey because I think he can hurt Mikey. I expect Mikey to win, but he's physically strong. He punch hard. Buddy McGurford's a good trainer. I feel they'd be ready. It's not a layup in me. It's funny how those guys over there, like 7A Sports and Black Fight Fan, I'm not taking shots at them. I'll fuck with them. But I say, Jeff Horn is not an easy fight for Terence Crawford, but this is an easy fight for Mikey Garcia. I don't understand that premise right there. But shout out to those brothers. I don't understand how, he said he want to fight Lipinets and potentially go down and try to make the Loma fight. But he said Terence Crawford, Bob Arum, not going to let him have Lomachenko. So then he want to target the Linares fight. He said there really ain't no pay-per-view fights at 140 at the moment. He right. And then he says there's some big names at 147 that he consider. But actually, after him unifying with somebody like Linares or Lomachenko or, whoever, then he wants to, target a pay-per-view type fight with Crawford or Lomachenko, however the chips may fall, if that can happen. I just don't see him as that popular fighter. He just fought in New York for the second time. Most of his fights was on the West Coast dealing with Bob Arum for the most part. I don't see him being that pay-per-view star, man. I just don't see it. I don't see Crawford being that pay-per-view star right now as well. I think pay-per-view is dying, And he wants to, Mikey said he wants to fill Floyd Mayweather's shoes, but I don't see it. I don't see, a lot of people, paying for him. Canelo has a whole country behind him. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. And I could be severely wrong here, but I just don't see Mikey Garcia being a pay-per-view star. I don't see him, beating all those big names. And those big names, they have to become bigger names by the time, he's ready to fight them as far as the Crawford and the guys at 147. Keith Thurman has no ambitions to fight on pay-per-view, if you have heard him talk. His ambitions is to continue to keep boxing free on CBS. So, that's somebody that Mikey has expressed fighting before. But, Mikey don't fight on free TV, fight on Showtime. I'm pretty sure Bob Arum will trust Crawford to dispose of Mikey Garcia, knowing their history, more than he would trust Lomachenko, even though most of y'all guys think Lomachenko's better. That's just my opinion on that. But sign me up for it. I pay for it. I ain't gonna lie. I pay for Crawford versus Mikey Garcia if everything go right. But a lot of things have to go right for this fight to happen. He has to beat Lipinets. He has to go down and beat Linares, which is not an issue. Then he might stay and fight Lomachenko if possible. That's a tough order. And then you telling him he might want to go 140 to defend the belt, has to defend his belt, or he might jump to 147, fight Crawford. Crawford going to have to beat Jeff Horn or even get Jeff Horn in the ring. Might be a challenge at this point. Then he might, have to fight Errol Spence, Keith Thurman winner. So a lot of stuff got to go right. So we'll see. But I just don't see nobody really, being a big pay-per-view star right now. We gonna.